You're welcome to provide a solution given this nice exponential equation, which is x to the power 6. This is equal to 8 to the power 6. So what are the values of x? Now, solution from here, we have that x to the power 6 is equal to 8 to the power 6. So the first step, let's take 8 to the power 6 on the left-hand side, so that now you'll have x to the power 6, subtract 8 to the power 6. This is equal to 0. The next step here, we can express x to the power 6 as x to the power 3 squared, subtract 8 to the power 3, okay, squared. This is equal to 0. Now, this is actually in the form of a squared minus b squared. This is equal to a plus b, a minus b. Now, from here, we have that a is equal to x to the power 3. We have that b is equal to 8 to the power 3. The next step here, we have that a plus b, this is equal to x to the power 3 plus 8 to the power 3. This is equal to 0. Let's call this equation 1. Now, we have that a minus b, this is equal to x to the power 3, subtract 8 to the power 3. This is equal to 0. Let's call this equation 2. The next step here, let's solve case 1. Now, case 1 here is this equation 1, which is x to the power 3 plus 8 to the power 3. This is equal to 0. Now, as you can see, this is actually the sum of two cubes expressed as a cubed plus b cubed. This is equal to a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. Applying this identity, we'll have that x cubed plus 8 cubed. This can be expressed as x plus 8. Then here we'll have x squared, okay? Subtract 8x plus 8 squared, which is equal to 64. So this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So let's proceed from here. We have two parts here. We have that x plus 8. This is equal to 0. The second part here is x to the power 2. Subtract 8x plus 64. This is equal to 0. Now, that means that here we have x1 is equal to negative 8. This is the first solution we have, a real solution. The second part here is a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. This is equal to 0. Now, let's solve this quadratic equation by applying the quadratic formula. So, x2, x3, this is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all this divided by 2 times a. Now the next step here, let's substitute the values of a, b, and c, so that now we'll have negative multiplying by negative 8 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is negative 8 squared, subtract 4 times 1 times c, which is essentially equal to 64. From here, a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 8, and c is equal to 64. So we are substituting this to this quadratic formula. So all this divided by 2 times 1. So in this case, we have negative times negative 8. This is 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared, which is equal to 64. Subtract 64 times 4, that is 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. Then 6 times 4, which is 24 plus 1, this is 256, divided by 2. So the next step here, we have 8 plus or minus the square root of 64 minus 256, this is minus 192, all this divided by 2. The next step here, we have 8 plus or minus, we can express negative 192 as 64 times 3. It's okay. It's okay. So here we have 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 into 2 divided by 2, which you can express as 64 times 3 times negative 1 divided by 2. Now, in this case, you'll have 8 plus or minus the square root of 64, this is 8, the square root of negative 1, this is I, then square root of 3 divided by 2. Now, we can factor out 2 here. We have 2, then if you have, this is 4 plus or minus 4i square root of 3 divided by 2. So in this case, we have x2, x3 equal to 4 plus or minus 4i square root of 3. So we have x2 equal to 4 plus 4i square root of 3. And we have that x3 is equal to 4 minus 4i square root of 3. Now, we have solved for case 1. Let's solve case 2. Now, for case 2 here, we have x to the power 3, subtract 8 to the power 3, this is equal to 0. Now, this is the difference of two cubes expressed as a cubed minus b cubed, which you can express as a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. Applying this identity, then x to the power 3 subtract 8 to the power 3, this can be expressed as x minus 8, x squared plus 8x plus 8 squared, which is actually equal to 64. This is equal to 0. Now, let's proceed from here. Now, we have two parts here. We have x minus 8 is equal to 0 as one part. The second part, we have x squared plus 8x plus 64. This is equal to 0. Okay? So here, we have that x4 is equal to 8 as the fourth solution here, which is a real solution. Now, this is a quadratic equation, which is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. This is equal to 0. Now, with a equal to 1, from this quadratic equation, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 8, and c is equal to 64. So let's get the discriminant value so that we can assess the nature of this root, which is b squared minus 4ac. Let's substitute the value of b here, which is 8 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 64. So this is equal to 64. 8 squared is 64. Subtract, this is 4 times 64, and this is equal to 256. And the next phase here, 64 minus 256, this is minus 192, which is less than 0. So that implies that we have two complex roots here. We have two complex roots, which we can solve by applying the quadratic formula. That is x5, x6. This can be solved by applying this quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all this divided by 2a. So that implies that here, substituting the value of a, b, and c, this is minus, that is minus 8 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, which is minus 192. So here we have minus 192 divided by 2 times 1. So here we have negative 8 plus or minus. Now here we can express negative 192 as 64 times 3 times negative 1. All this divided by 2. Let's proceed here. This is negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 64. This is 8. The square root of negative 1. This is I. Then square root of 3. All this divided by 2. Okay. So the next phase here, we can factor out 2. 2 is common here. Then we'll have negative 4 plus or minus 4i square root of 3. All this divided by this 2. So let's simplify here, so that now we'll have a solution here. That is x5, x6, This is equal to negative 4 plus or minus 4i square root of 3. So that implies that x5 is equal to negative 4 plus 4i square root of 3. And x6 is equal to negative 4 subtract 4i square root of 3. So these are two complex solutions, and that implies that we have 6 solutions here. We have 6 solutions to this exponential problem. So thank you for watching. Kindly follow the steps, like this video, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.